and students of St. Edward's. My name is Miguel Chirino. This is my partner, Valerie Mejia. And before we jump into the presentation, I want to tell you a quick little story about one of my really good friends named Ross McLaughlin. He was riding in the car with one of his friends, and his phone had slipped under the seat, and he took off his seatbelt for a split second, and in that split second, the driver lost control of the vehicle, and the car began to roll. On the third rotation, Ross was thrown out of the windshield, and the car landed on top of him. He woke up and realized that he was pinned underneath the car, that he was still alive, and that he was on fire. Bystanders driving down the road came by. A man and his son came out and lifted the car up off of him, and within minutes, Lifeline was on the scene to pick up Ross. He collapsed along, had a dislocated spinal column, and had multiple broken ribs, and 15% of his body was covered in third-degree burns. With the help of Lifeline, Ross was able to graduate high school, go on to UT, graduate, and played soccer and lacrosse, and if you know him today, you would not know that he had any injury whatsoever. So today, that's exactly what Valerie and I are going to talk to you about. We're going to be talking about Lifeline and the impact it's made on Houston's greater metropolitan area. In terms of credibility, I used to work for Memorial Hermann for a summer. I worked as an OR transport, and I transported patients in and out of surgery from the Lifeline helipad, so I have hand-on experience with the patients from Lifeline, and both Valerie and I have done extensive research on the topic. In the presentation, we're going to be talking to you about the history, how it operates, and the financial aspects of Memorial Hermann's Lifeline. Lifeline began in 1976 and was founded by Dr. James Red Duke. He's one of the oldest practicing doctors in Hermann, and fun fact, he used to have his own ER TV show about working in the ER and used to be on TV. Also, Lifeline is the only air ambulance working in Houston's greater area, and they have run about 120,000 missions since they first began, and they run about 3,500 missions in a year. So Val, I'm going to hand it over to Valerie. She's going to talk to you about how it operates.
Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about the financial aspect of this program. So as some of you may or may not know, Memorial Hermann hospitals are nonprofit, meaning the Lifeline program is also nonprofit, so they have to rely solely on donations or any kind of fundraisers they do on their own. So, and just to give you an idea how much that it costs to run, it's about $3 million to run the program a year, and each individual helicopter costs about $8 million, so that's a lot of money. So that's why in 2006, Lifeline launched a campaign to earn $40 million, and by 2008 they reached that goal. So now let's look at how Lifeline is able to operate after the campaign. So with that $40 million, they were able to buy 6 new helicopters, one of which they dedicated specifically to pediatrics. Those 6 new helicopters are called Eurocopters. They're faster, excuse me, more fuel efficient, and most importantly, cut response time by 15 minutes. And 15 minutes can mean life or death for someone. So that's amazing that they were able to do that. According to the director of Lifeline, if you can get someone to the hospital within 60 minutes of their accident, you reduce the rate of mortality by 80%. So getting them there 15 minutes earlier, it increases their chances of survival a great deal. Also, I wanted to point out that Lifeline's helicopters are the busiest in the entire nation. So out of the whole United States, Lifeline's helicopters run about 10 rescues a day minimum. So that you can see how important these new helicopters were for them. Also, Lifeline's helicopters never stop. They run 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and they need to be maintained every single day. So another reason why funding was so important for them. But that's all I'm going to say about that right now. I hope you guys think about that a little more. And then back to you guys to wrap it up.
So, like I said earlier, Lifeline's the only air ambulance in the Houston area. They work with a 150-mile radius within Houston, and with the help of community support and financial raising, they plan on getting more helicopters, more helipads, increasing response times, and increasing radius for the places that they can go to. Memorial Hermann is expanding every day, and their motto is making breakthroughs every day. And with this Lifeline campaign, it's really upheld their name. Really. So, hope you guys enjoyed the Lifeline presentation, and tell your friends.